Hello, it's Sebastian again, and welcome to the Anxiety Techniques video from socialanxietysolutions.com. In this video, I'll be teaching you a specific formula that you can use when you feel specific anxiety in the moment. And aside from that formula, I'll be teaching you two simple techniques that you can start using immediately when the attention is on you and you feel very anxious. Okay, let's get started. Now in the first video, you've probably noticed that when doing the funky technique, tapping here, stating an affirmation, and going over your meridian points, you can get rid of your anxiety pretty easily. But it works even better if you are specific. In fact, the more specific you are, the better it works. Now how to be specific is difficult for a lot of people because they don't know what to say. That's why we have this formula. The formula you can find here, and you can also find it on the page where you've downloaded this video. And it goes as follows. You tap on the karate chop point and you say, even though I feel fill in the blank, because fill in the blank, I deeply and completely accept myself. And even though I feel fill in the blank, because fill in the blank, I deeply and completely accept myself. And even though I feel fill in the blank, because fill in the blank, I choose to feel calm and confident. And then you go over the specific meridian points, stating I feel fill in the blank, because fill in the blank. I feel fill in the blank, because fill in the blank. What this does, it causes your system to be very specific, because it knows the emotion you are feeling and why you are feeling that emotion. And what this does, it causes your system to be able to focus on what the exact problem is. And this makes the tapping very effective. Now I'm saying fill in the blank the whole time so you can be more specific. Because you might not be experiencing anxiety. You might feel a different emotion. Fear, for example, or anger. And the more specific that you are, the more effective that it is. Okay? Now, if after your first round you still feel anxiety, or any other emotion for that matter, you do another round. But this time with slightly different phrasing. This time, and each time after the first round, you use, even though I still feel some fill in the blank, because fill in the blank, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I still feel some fill in the blank, because fill in the blank, I deeply and completely accept myself. And even though I still feel some fill in the blank, because fill in the blank, I choose to feel calm and confident. And then at each point you say, remaining fill in the blank that I feel, because fill in the blank. Now when you say remaining here, because remaining makes you focus on the anxiety or any other emotion that is left. It's another way of being specific and therefore more effective. Now after about 3 or 4 rounds, you should be completely cleared of your anxiety or any other emotion for that matter. Let's look at an example to make it a bit more clear. You can use this in just about any situation where you feel some negative emotion that you want to get rid of. You simply excuse yourself and go to the toilet or any other place where you have a bit of privacy. Then goes like this. You tap on your karate chop point and you say the formula out loud. Or you can whisper it or scream it out loud in your mind. And then you go over the tapping points. So say that, for example, you're sitting in class or you're at work and you feel anxious because it seems like John is staring at you. The formula then becomes karate chop point. Even though I feel anxious because John is staring at me, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I feel anxious because John is staring at me, I deeply and completely accept myself. And even though I feel anxious because John is staring at me, I choose to feel calm and confident. And then you go over all the points. I feel anxious because John is staring at me. I feel anxious because John is staring at me. I feel anxious because John is staring at me, etc. Now if after one round you still feel anxious, you go to the second part of the formula, and that goes like this. Even though I still feel some anxiety because John is staring at me, I deeply and completely accept myself. Even though I still feel some anxiety because John is staring at me, I deeply and completely accept myself. And even though I still feel some anxiety because John is staring at me, I choose to feel calm and confident. And then at the tapping points, you say, this remaining anxiety that I feel because John is staring at me. This remaining anxiety that I feel because John is staring at me. This remaining anxiety that I feel because John is staring at me, etc. This way you can rid yourself of just about any emotion that you can think of. Now the last two simple techniques I want to teach you are these. There are specific meridian points in your fingers as well. They're at the outside of your thumb and at the inside of all your fingers. And if you tap those, your anxiety decreases as well. You don't have to say anything, you can just tap on them like this. So you can do that under the table. So if you can't escape the present moment and the attention is on you, you can just start tapping on your fingers. And you can do it like this, and if that's not possible for some reason, you can go take the index finger and go over your thumb and tap the outside of the thumb like this, like that. You don't have to thump hard, it's pretty easy. And then you can thump with your thumb on the inside of your fingers. Tap around 10 times. You can even go funky and do it with two hands. Okay? Now the last technique is you got your knuckle and your knuckle. The knuckle of your little finger and the one of your ring finger. In between you got the crease. If you follow that, there's a crease inside there. Take two fingers and you continuously tap there. You do that for half a minute, 40, 50, 60 seconds, and you notice that slowly but surely your anxiety will decrease. Those are all the techniques I have for you now. A bit more advice. For this to work better is when you notice where you feel it in your body as you're doing all the tapping. Plus, notice your breathing. Shallow breathing is bad. Deep breathing is way better for you. Calms you down.